We are going to be talking about getting the most out of your collection. And one of the key ways that you can do this is by cutting out elements from your papers. I know I've talked a little bit about this in prior videos, but now you're going to see me do this a little bit more. And on the other side, and which is on another video, you will see even more stuff that I've cut out also. So I'm going to cut the pumpkin out. And that doily I use to make another card that I actually use in the album. I don't have a video for it, so you can just look at the photos and in the info you'll be able to see how I created it. It's pretty simple. Um, so so there is spray that I used, and then I took that card. Uh, that circle that has the open space that you can use for journaling it was on a big card, and so I cut that out, and now you're seeing me work on, like I said, cutting a pumpkin out of a card. I would have done this ahead of time if I thought I was going to use it, but I wasn't sure. So, I mean, for the sake of this video, it's really not a big deal because this is what you do sometimes. Sometimes you realize, oh, I want to use this piece, so let's cut it out. Right? And that's the really awesome thing about these papers is there is a ton of stuff that you can cut out. There's acorns, there's pieces, like I said, from the 4x6s that you can cut out. There's tons of journaling stuff that you can cut out and use, and some of these, there's flower pieces, and it's just really fun because it makes for doing layering and everything all fun. So I'm going to end up moving this around so that my media is actually where my cluster is. And this is one of the things that you realize as you're building a cluster, because as you can see, I am building it and I'm like, wait, and I'll notice in a little bit that the media is up at the top and it just looks a little heavy, like weird, like top heavy, and that's okay if that's the look that you want. So here's and here's there's a difference from doing it on purpose and doing it not on purpose. And so the key is to start doing these kinds of layering and building techniques and realizing that you want it done on purpose, whatever you choose, right? And the more you do it, the more instinctual it will be, and you won't even think about it, right? Which is good because your brain already will just notice that it just looks better one way over another way. And it's not right or wrong, right? How you do it, it's whether your brain thinks it looks good. So I'm taking also cut files. That is from a cut file. And like I said, I've done all of this stuff ahead of time. I cannot say that enough, right? So here we go. I still am feeling like it's going to need to be moved, but we'll see how it works as I start building. So I'm thinking about the other side a little bit. I'm not really sure. I'm like, hey, do I want to do this? I'm going to come back to this later, so you'll see it in a different video because I end up to go a whole different route, which is fine. I really want to leave that space pretty much open so that I can journal. If I had thought about this ahead of time, so this is one of those things of thinking about things, I didn't notice that the wording is going a certain way and how I placed the circle on there didn't match the direction that my card is in, and that's okay. But it would have looked better if I had paid attention to that. So now I'm just going to add some sequins to finish it off. And I'm using an odd number. And I just have a few things that are all just tucked in and all that goodness that are picking out from that piece. That corn, or like cotton balls, is a cup. It's like a chipboard. And so there are the sequins, and that's just done.